It is time for the final two items in Meadowvale's top 10 need to know. The number two is around assemblies. Throughout the year, we have various assemblies at Meadowvale in which students perform or we want to share something with you. Some of those assemblies are our Veterans Day performance, Jump Rope for Heart, sometimes our holiday sing along, and other events. Please know that when you come to these events, all information about them will be communicated through Infinite Campus or Campus Messenger. That means you need to have your email up to date. It's very important because that continues to be our main mode of communication. So make sure that you have that information in Infinite Campus up to date. Please also know that there's limited parking in and around Meadowvale. And so it's important that you know that you need to park within the Meadowvale parking lots. We cannot park within our neighbors' parking lots, including the Child Care Center or CARE or some of the other businesses along Elk Lake Road. I would encourage you, if you can, to do some carpooling because it does get kind of tricky at some of those assemblies. Please note that these assemblies are for an opportunity for students to perform for you, to share something with you, and we want all of our students to be in attendance as long as they're healthy and able. We would want them to be in school both before the assembly and to stay after the assembly, as well as participate in the assembly, as long as that is appropriate for those students. Please know that before or after assemblies is not a time for visitors to try to access school staff, meaning particularly teachers. They are assigned to work with their students, to be supervising, and then really right after the assembly to get back to normal classroom instruction. And so there would not be a time for parents or grandparents to meet or visit with classroom teachers. There can be an opportunity if someone needs to check in with office staff. There can be an opportunity to do that if necessary. So we invite you to come to those assemblies, again, knowing that that information will come out through Campus Messenger. And our number one need to know, I think number one in a lot of our students' lives is recess and lunch. Please know as we're coming into the winter weather, it's even more appropriate that students have the right clothing for recess. As we're coming into winter, it's going to be important that every student have a winter coat, winter snow boots, hats, mittens, snow pants, all of that gear. If your family is having some challenges in having the proper gear for your children, for personal reasons, please don't hesitate to contact school and we can direct you to those resources. But please make sure your child brings all of those items each day and so that they can really enjoy their time outside at recess and not be cold or uncomfortable. Because we do go outside unless it is pouring rain or very, very, very cold. Also, just a reminder, you are welcome as parents to come in as a lunchroom visitor, but I want people to understand we do have limited seating. In some grade levels, we have over 100 students, and we have 2 grade levels in the cafeteria at a time, so there can be very limited seating. If it happens to be a day when we have, you notice there's a number of visitors, I would just ask that you make sure that all students have a place to sit at the table before you seat yourself, just to make sure that all students have a place to sit. When you come to school, you are asked to come into the office and sign in and take a visitor's badge. It's also important that you go just directly to the cafeteria and come directly back to the office when you're done, not going with your child to their classroom or to their locker. So just to the cafeteria and then returning. A couple other things just to note, because this is a time for lunch only, and it is either teachers have to come in and have some duty during that time where they're observing and monitoring students, or they are on their own lunch. So please know that it is not the time to converse with your child's teacher at that point either. Please, you can always email, phone call to schedule another time if you need to talk with your child's teacher. And then just 2 other quick things. Please note that you cannot give or share food with students other than your own child. And you cannot take pictures on your cell phones or cameras while you're in the cafeteria. We do have a number of students who cannot have photos taken for various reasons, and those posted on social media and such. So we ask that there be no cameras or pictures taken in the cafeteria. Those are those Meadowvale's top 10 need to know. We hope that this information has been helpful, as either you have learned some new things about Meadowvale, maybe you've been here a while and a few things you didn't know, or maybe you are brand new to Meadowvale. So we hope that you found these videos very helpful. And then finally, I would just like to say a big thank you to everyone who participated in the walkathon, whether you raised $30 so that your child had a t-shirt, or whether you raised a few $100s. Thank you, thank you. Because as a school, we raised over $19,000. The majority of those funds go to pay for computer programs that we use each year. And I would encourage you to ask your child about programs under Learning A to Z, which are often called RAS Kids, or IXL. You hear about IXL Math, and now we've added IXL Language Arts. First grade has added Reading Eggs, and all first through fifth graders will be working in a program called Reflex Math. So ask your students about those. Have them show you how to log in, and so you can see just what's going on. Again, we thank you for helping us supporting Meadowvale and your students. Thanks so much. Have a great day.